Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Steelers credited with 2 of top 12 NFL draft steals. There's a lot to like about the Pittsburgh Steelers' 2025 draft class, according to veteran NFL writer Vinny Iyer. During an article with the Sporting News on April 27, Iyer listed his 12 best late-round steals, only including prospects who were drafted from rounds 4 through 7. And Steelers rookies appeared on it not once but twice. First, Iyer praised Pittsburgh for selecting Ohio State edge rusher Jack Sawyer. The Steelers get their style of versatile, high-energy impact defender, Iyer reasoned. He can help their top pass rush well, but he also gives them a bigger boost outside versus the run. Then, in round 6, the NFL analyst also liked the Steelers' other Ohio State pick, quarterback Will Howard. The Steelers hinted at taking more of a developmental QB than a sure starter over Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson, Iyer explained. Howard is ideal for them with his toughness, athleticism, and the arm to push it well downfield to their speedy wideouts. Before the draft, the Athletics lead draft expert Dane Brugler ranked Sawyer 11th for the entire 2025 edge rusher class. He also graded the national champion as a second-round talent. Based on that, it would stand to reason that Brugler would agree with Iyer's assessment, considering the Steelers got Sawyer in round 4. Sawyer is strong at the point of attack, with the instincts and effort to consistently factor into the play, Brugler stated at the time. Though his hands are powerful, they aren't overly skilled, and his body stiffness leaves him a step slow to shed or unlock countermeasures once locked up. Overall, Sawyer often plays one-dimensionally as a pass rusher and lacks ideal suddenness or length for an edge player, the draft analyst continued, but his activity level and the strength in his hands make him an every-down factor. Similar in ways to George Karlaftis, he has the competitive play personality that NFL coaches will welcome as part of their rotation. Sawyer is expected to help Pittsburgh stop the run, something Mike Tomlin's unit struggled with in 2024. The Ohio State product racked up 19 tackles for a loss and 5 forced fumbles over his final 2 seasons with the Buckeyes, along with 15.5 sacks and 9 pass defenses. For those thinking that Howard will win the Week 1 starting job in 2025, that's unlikely to happen. But that doesn't mean the 44-game collegiate starter cannot develop into a franchise quarterback. Howard enjoyed a career year with Ohio State in 2024, leading his team to a national championship, but he was also successful at Kansas State before that. Howard threw for 2,643 and 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, in 2023 and rushed for another 351 yards and 9 TDs. That season led to the offer to join the Buckeyes, and the rest is history. Brugler described Howard as a well-built athlete who sets up quickly and throws well enough to all levels, doing some of his best work on designed rollouts and waggles to move his launch point. His aggressiveness as a passer will bite him at times, especially when he locks onto his preferred read, he went on, and his ability to quickly get deeper into progressions will be crucial at the next level. Brugler concluded that Howard has the physical requirements, intelligence, and mental resiliency to stick as a backup and potential spot starter. Learning behind Aaron Rodgers should only increase his chances of making it at the next level. Let's say the Steelers secure their long-rumored QB target. No quarterback was going at 21, Shedeur Sanders Steelers snub explained by NFL Insider. Shedeur Sanders, apparently, was never a quarterback option for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 2025 NFL Draft according to insider Jerry Dulac. In a recent episode of The Rich Eisen Show, Dulac explained that the team only had eyes for Jackson Dart, and regardless of the picture painted by the media, the Steelers never wanted Sanders in the first place. Among the various teams which showed interest in drafting Sanders, the Pittsburgh Steelers were also listed. In fact, in several conversations, Sanders himself showed interest in becoming a Steeler. However, surprisingly, the Steelers did not make a move for Sanders in the draft, and instead the talented quarterback went to the Cleveland Browns. I can't tell you where he was in a pecking order, Rich, but I will tell you, despite what all the national people thought, they, the Steelers, did not intend to draft him. You know, if he was there on the 6th round, and maybe, but you know the people that had him going to the Steelers and had him going at 21, that just wasn't going to happen. No quarterback was going at 21. That includes Jackson Dart, who they did have a first-round grade on. And you could see how many times they passed on him. If they were going to take him, they would have tried to take them in the 4th round. But it wasn't high on their list, Jerry Dulac said about Shedeur Sanders and the Pittsburgh Steelers on the Rich Eisen show. Shedeur Sanders' name did not come up in the first few rounds of the NFL draft, matching the prediction of many NFL analysts and gurus. In the 5th round of the draft, the Cleveland Browns drafted Sanders as the 144th pick. In other news, a recent video of Shedeur Sanders in the Cleveland Browns locker room has fueled rumors of a Cold War brewing in the team. In the short clip, Sanders can be seen getting ready in his spot in the Cleveland locker room. However, what caught the eye of viewers was that the other players did not seem to be too thrilled in having the youngest son of Deion Sanders by their side. In fact, several players on the team can be seen staring daggers at the young quarterback, like they did not want him there. Despite all this, Sanders seems quite excited to have a place in an NFL team at all. After being touted to be one of the best prospects in the draft, Sanders' stock consistently dipped after his arrogant and brash personality was brought into light by numerous NFL scouts and analysts. Pittsburgh Steelers star urges fans to have patience with Aaron Rodgers. Pittsburgh Steelers defensive lineman Cam Hayward is urging people to have patience as the Steelers continue their pursuit of Aaron Rodgers. The team and Rodgers have been discussing the matter for over 2 months, and they still have no final answer from the 4-time MVP. That has caused lots of angst in the fan base, but Hayward thinks people need to have some patience with Rodgers as everyone continues their wait for an answer from the future Hall of Famer. I don't think we give enough patience to people. I think in this day and age with social media and everything, we kind of just expect an answer right there, right now. I don't know where this is going to end. I don't know if he's ever going to be a Steeler. I don't know if he's already a Steeler, but, I think, let's just show some patience. The Steelers took Ohio State quarterback Will Howard in the 6th round, 185th overall. Still, he might not be the last addition to the quarterback room, which currently also includes Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson. Rodgers is, of course, still hanging out there and, apparently, still very much on the team's radar. That's certainly a possibility, Mike Tomlin said of the team adding Rodgers on NFL Network. I'm not going to forecast the ifs and whens regarding not only him but any other potential free agent. We've had really productive talks with him, and I've enjoyed having productive talks with him and getting to know him. Rodgers said on the Pat McAfee show 2 weeks ago that he was working through personal issues and could not commit to signing with a team just yet. I am trying to be open to everything and not specifically attached to a decision. I'm not holding anyone hostage, Rodgers said. I've been upfront from the beginning. I don't mean any disrespect to anyone on a team. I'm just going through a lot in my personal life that has to take priority. I don't think it was fair to the Steelers or anyone while I deal with a lot of things off the field. The people that know. The people that don't, make up, expletive, about me. Yet, Pittsburgh passing on many quarterbacks is a sign that Rodgers will eventually sign. Meanwhile, they will put their eggs in the basket for the 2026 quarterback class, where they are almost certain to take a swing as they remain in quarterback limbo. And you fan? What do you think about Aaron Rodgers' situation? Write to us in the comments.